that men have one fewer rib than women, and this fact alone disproves the theory of evolution. An ex-boyfriend once insisted that women could control their menstrual flow the same way people hold in their urine. He refused to believe me, a woman, when I explained that this was completely false. What? My grandmother wasn't pleased with my decision to be vegetarian, so she tried convincing me that fish are actually vegetables. I still laugh about it because she was completely serious. Someone said Africa is a single country, right after we had finished a geography lesson on the nations within Africa. The band name KISS supposedly stands for Knights in Satan's Service. Similarly, AC/DC was explained as Anti-Christian Devil Children, and Slayer as Satan Laughs as You Eternally Rot. A Sunday school teacher told us this with complete sincerity back in 1987. My roommate tried to convince me that there are chimpanzee people in the jungle because isolated tribes have been mating with monkeys. I attempted to explain how reproduction works across species, but soon realized he believed you could mate with a horse and create a centaur. One, my neighbor once told me that he attended an international medical conference and learned that women were developing diabetes in their feet because of the sandals they wear during summer. 2, my younger sister's friend claimed a contestant on a show like X Factor lost because the winner stole his phone and turned it off, preventing him from receiving votes via text. La Quinta is Spanish for next to Denny's. I thought it was a joke, but they were completely serious. Soap works by making water molecules smaller, which is why it cleans. An old boss once explained to me that hearing men sing triggers some kind of intimacy hormone in women's brains that makes them lose control. He said this was the reason girls and women screamed and fainted over the Beatles and why they act hysterical at concerts. He delivered this insight in a patronizing tone, as if he were revealing some profound truth I wouldn't understand. Honestly, I couldn't stand that guy. North Carolina can't be part of the South. It has North in its name. If someone is an undercover cop and you ask, they legally have to tell you. That mind over matter is real, meaning you can use your mind to lift objects or bend spoons. The conversation went like this. Her, you can do all sorts of things with your mind. Me, like what? Her, lift things, bend spoons, stuff like that. Me, cool. Can you bend something for me? Her, no, my mind's not strong enough for that. Me, then why should I believe you? Unsweetened iced tea has no caffeine because it doesn't contain sugar. This didn't happen to me, but to my mom. She was hiking a popular UK trail with some friends, including a particularly outspoken one we'll call Sally. The group saw some Chinese tourists taking pictures of sheep along the trail, and someone wondered why they were so interested in the animals. Sally confidently replied, "It's because there aren't any sheep in China." Everyone in the group believed her and thought it was fascinating. Later, my mom repeated this fact at dinner, claiming, "Sally told me so." I immediately called nonsense and Googled it on the spot. Turns out China actually has the largest population of sheep in the world. My mom hasn't lived it down since. Over 10 years ago at a party, a woman confidently claimed that the largest rodent on Earth is the polar bear. I stared at her in utter disbelief and said, "They're not rodents. They're literally bears." The kicker? She had a PhD. Unbelievable. Someone seriously insisted that if you visit Liverpool and start singing a Beatles song, everyone around you will join in as if you're in a Disney movie. He was completely earnest. A guy at the bar tried convincing me that soap isn't necessary for washing your hands. According to him, you just need to use a combination of hot and cold water, but not warm. Needless to say, I didn't shake his hand. The spork is the devil's utensil, he claimed, explaining that it merges the masculine fork and the feminine spoon in an attempt to blur society's gender roles. One person told me you can get black lung disease by overcooking marshmallows for s'mores. My parents once tried to persuade me that vaccines cause homosexuality. Ironically, I'm gay, and they didn't even vaccinate me as a child. My friend confidently declared that all eggs are brown when they come out of the chicken and only turn white after going through chemical cleaning. Later, he also stated that rabbits and rats can change their gender at will. While I know some fish species can do this, rats and bunnies? No way. Goats lay eggs, or so a guy argued. We debated for several minutes, and I couldn't convince him otherwise. I work in meat processing, so I've witnessed goats being born live countless times. But he still didn't believe me. Edit. While working at a caviar bar, I also encountered people horrified by the idea of eating dolphin eggs. They were referring to beluga caviar. Many also insisted mahi-mahi is dolphin meat, even people who had eaten it. Edit number 2. By dolphin eggs, I meant whale eggs. My mistake. Mahi-mahi was stuck in my head. Someone said gay men engage in intimacy by slapping their cheeks together. I couldn't stop laughing. My cousin's wife once claimed that blue-eyed babies are allergic to Pampers diapers and can't wear them. My ex argued that fossils aren't ancient at all, and the creatures they represent never existed. Instead, they were planted to mislead humanity. He believed the shape of a banana and how perfectly it fits in your hand was proof of God's existence. That argument fell apart when a coworker pointed out that certain body parts fit hands pretty well too. My mom tried convincing me to stop snacking by telling me Michael Jackson died from eating too many potato chips. According to someone, peacocks don't mate. Instead, a female gets pregnant by consuming the male's tears. My dad swears that nano silver can cure anything, and wholeheartedly trusts his nano silver throat spray. He even claims kings and emperors lived long, healthy lives because they drank from silver goblets. In reality, their lives were often short and riddled with disease. A co-worker once told me her proof that Christianity is the correct religion is because it was the very first one. Someone told me it never snows in Washington State because it's on the West Coast. This same person also claimed she didn't believe in gravity, reasoning, if gravity were real, wouldn't the sun just pull the moon into it? She was 24 at the time. A girl claimed it's possible to breathe underwater. She even tried proving it by inhaling lake water through her nose. She was 14 at the time.